DJ Juggy.
What's up, everybody?
Hell yeah, bro. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
I feel like the lake knows a side of Juggy, but there's another side that nobody knows about. And it's very, like, not nobody, but it's like the public, people in the public scene.
Right.
You know, because you work so hard and you do so much when it comes to DJing, but it's like, who is the real Juggy?
Uh-huh.
You know, who is the human Juggy? Because a lot of times you can look like a machine to people.
Cyborg.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm originally from Rialto, California, Inland Empire 909. That's where I'm originally from, and I've gravitated to different places before I came here. New York,
Ooh.
Las Vegas, and I've been here for over 20 years.
You were in Vegas for a while, right?
Not a while. I was there for 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
But I was there before coming here.
How was that?
It was good. It's different.
Vegas wasn't what it's now.
Right.
Now it's like everybody wants to be there.
Right.
You know? Was it different?
It was a lot different. It wasn't it was still big on the entertainment, but the mega clubs wasn't, it was at the very beginning of mega clubs out there. You know, the Tao wasn't there, and all the big clubs that are there now weren't there. And that was in the early 2000s. That was around the time of the mega club and the explosion of the nightlife in Las Vegas.
Were you DJing there?
I was DJing there up until 9/11, and then after 9/11, the casinos were shut down, nightclubs were shut down. Nobody was traveling, so nobody was coming to Vegas. And slowly but surely, nightclubs were closing down, casinos, hotels, everything was closing down because, as you know, Vegas is a huge tourist attraction.
Big. So
when people aren't traveling, it's tough, right? So
how were you able to survive that, though? Because if there's not people there, how are you DJing?
Well, that was the thing. Everybody who was working was losing their gigs, losing their DJ gigs. And like I said, right after that was the Olympics up here. And we had some gigs lined up. So we came up here, and it was all happened around the same time, and it was like a blessing because right after 9/11, Vegas was dead. Nobody was working. The Olympics came. I came out here. I loved it. I was out here a little bit before the Olympics, and I met some promoters and met some club owners and DJ'd a few gigs. And I just loved it out here. I just loved it. I loved the young vibe that was out here, which was over 20 years ago. And after the Olympics, I just decided to stay.
Yeah. Do you think
there was nothing for me in Vegas anyways, except for my mom? Other than that, I didn't have work. If I would have went home, I'd have been unemployed.
That's true.
I'd have to go, or at least go start doing 9-to-5s again. Oof. And at that point, I had already got a taste of the DJ world and making money on the DJ world, and realizing that I could make this into a career. I could really make some money. I could really pay my bills doing this. So if I go back to Vegas, there's no place for that right now.
Yeah, none.
Right? So the doors were opened up here, and I've been involved with marketing and street promotions for a very long time. And like I said, when I came out here, the city was growing. The city was very young. Nightlife, entertainment, concerts.
What year was that?
Well, the Olympics were 2002.
Oh, okay, so 2002. Dang, it was young, bro. It was like a baby when it comes to the culture.
I'm really showing my age, but back in 2000. No, that's fine. You know what? I have no problem with the age thing because realistically, every day that I wake up, it's a blessing. You know.
Yes.
So you know, you see the grays right here. You know, I'm
That's
definitely
wisdom.
not hiding them. I'm not painting my beard. It's the circle of life is a beautiful thing, and you got to embrace it. So yeah, man, I'm 45 years young. I'm very proud of it. I've been out here for 22 years, and I've been in the game for almost 30 years. Ooh. So.
Would you say that going through that in Vegas with 9/11, not everything is pretty much shut down, did that help you with what happened in 2020? We know the thing that happened in 2020.
Yes and no. I mean, you gotta be ready to pivot at any time. But there, I had to physically move somewhere else and to do different things. Here, we all rely on the internet, so. When the pandemic hit and the clubs were closed, we were, you know, doing Facebook Live, Instagram Live.
I saw that. You were
Twitch,
going in. Yeah.
You know, so eventually we transitioned over to Twitch.
Yeah.
And that became successful and lucrative for a lot of DJs.
Oof, yeah, that was huge.
And even you know, the streamers were first, obviously. Big. But everybody was like, oh, well, you can stream anything on there. It's not just for video games. So
everything,
people were cooking, and people were doing exercising, and people were getting their you know, professionalism out there however they could. You know, yoga, right? People
everything, bro.
Yoga studios were closing down, so people went to Twitch, and we're still doing yoga, you know, and doing different things. So
when you got to Utah, how did they welcome you? Was it a good welcome?
Yeah, it was. You know, it was welcome. The DJs were welcoming.
Oh, that's nice.
The clubs were welcoming.
Did you see a good potential in Utah?
That's exactly why I moved out here. You know, what we were doing as far as the street marketing, street promotion, like you don't see a lot of it out here, but like when you put up the posters, you know, I remember one of the first weeks I lived out here, we were promoting DJ Shadow's album, and I was outside of a club. And people were like started showing up from just walking by, thinking that he was DJing.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't understand the marketing, and then they'd come in and they'd be like, I'm gonna age myself again, like the snippet tapes. They used to give out snippet tapes, and we'd have all the free giveaways on the tables. And people like they didn't, you know, like, oh yeah, you could take it. That's for you to take. Oh crazy. Man, you know. So,
well, you got maybe like, you know, you come from another perspective, and in Vegas they probably did that even more. In California they did even more, you know. Utah was very young when it came to that type of marketing. You know, people were still like, I don't know what they were doing back then. It was everything was new, right?
Yeah, there just really wasn't that much, and a lot of these companies that I was working for, they built like these college programs, and they would hire college kids to get the word out on new music, new products.
Damn.
So I worked for like 3 different marketing companies, and they would hire my company to promote their stuff. So we worked for, you know, everybody from Coca-Cola to Xbox to Def Jam to New Era, Nike, so many different huge brands, because nobody was doing that out here. But there was also 3 or 4 people doing it in Vegas. So that's what I was saying. So we were constantly bidding for these contracts, and so again, like I said, it was a blessing for all of the stuff for 9/11 to happen. I know that sounds terrible to say, but I mean me personally, just getting a new opportunity is what I mean.
Exactly.
For the blessing. Obviously not what happened during 9. Let me just say that so the motherfuckers don't go and try to cancel me and shit. Like, Juggy was happy with what happened with 9/11. Didn't you hear him on that podcast? So no, I'm not happy with what happened. The actions of 9/11. I'm happy with how my life
turned out.
Turned out after what happened with 9/11. So let me be clear before I start losing gigs and, you know, and sponsorships and things.
No, that makes sense, bro. I feel like you know, what Utah was to now, it's like night and day. And it's like everybody is wanting a piece of Utah now. You know, and you know, from Google, from so many companies that it's like, oh, there's something going on over there. I need to be there.
Yeah.
You know, where do you think, how do you think Utah is different in the music scene from back then in 2003, 2004, 2005? How has that changed?
Oh, well, there's a lot more artists, obviously. Yeah. There's a lot more producers. And as far as like change, like what do you mean? Like
the culture. How has the culture changed?
I'm not like sure. I just like I said, there's just a lot more artists, right?
Well, even like, let's say the work, right? Because I feel like back then maybe you knew of one rapper that was doing something.
Well, yeah, because I mean, obviously, because the internet, everyone has access to putting themselves out there. So,
do you think the culture was more close back then, or do you think it's closer now?
Closer?
Yeah, like working with each other more.
Oh, you mean like camaraderie? And
yes,
things
camaraderie.
Yeah, I think for a long time there is, people are very cliquey, right? And it's still that way. Yeah. You know, who wants to work with somebody they don't like, right? Fact. So I think that's just part of it. You just work with who you work with people that you like. I'm sure people have worked with people that they didn't get along with or didn't click with, and then they just don't work with them anymore. Yeah. But as far as that, I think that's always going to be that way. Like.
Well, where did DJing start for you? Was it since a kid, or how did you pick it up?
Well, I've always been a hip hop head. Pretty much my whole life, and just watching concerts and watching MTV Raps, watching all just any way that you could see hip hop. Because back when I was a kid, we didn't have cable. We had so whenever I would see hip hop, the DJ was always the one that caught my attention. The DJ plays the music. He controls the tempo. He controls the whole vibe of the show.
Yeah.
So without the DJ,
there's nothing,
right? Yeah, there's no music, no background music. That the DJ is the backbone of of the whole shit. So I always thought like, damn, that's that dude right there. He's controlling the whole thing, whether it be the nightclub, right? Yeah. Whether it be the concert or DJing for an act or whatever it is. The DJ is the one that's in control of everything, and I always thought that was really intriguing to me.
You think there's a similarity with a DJ and an MC?
Yeah.
They're kind of the same, right?
But without the DJ, the MC raps over nothing.
That's true. It's just a cappella.
Right. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm just saying
they complement each other.
It's just, again, going back to just representing for the DJ and just the DJ being the backbone.
Yeah.
Without the DJ,
there's nothing.
Right.
And it's funny how the DJ, they have the power of that. Mm-hmm. They can fuck up a show.
Oh, for sure.
Or they can make it the most memorable moment ever.
Don't let me stand up here and make it sound all high and mighty. The DJs, they have the control of the whole shit, but they also have the ability to fuck it up too. So
yeah. Have you ever fucked up a show?
Like a concert?
Anything. An event, like let's say, because you have to bring the vibes,
right?
So
in its entirety, no, okay. I never fucked up. As far as I'm concerned,
you got it back. You got it back.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. You got to, how to. Maybe you're in a club and you, maybe want to try something new, a newer song, and it doesn't always translate right away, right? Even though people listen to it and they. They're listening to it at home. They're listening to it wherever they're listening to it. It doesn't always translate over to the dance floor immediately. Yeah. Sometimes songs do, and sometimes they don't. So when you do, like say you play the newest whatever, Drake, Beyonce, whoever, right? Yeah. And it doesn't immediately translate. Maybe it's the very first week, right? Because new music comes out on Friday. So if something drops on Friday and then you take that song immediately to the dance floor and it doesn't work, you gotta be ready to take it back. You gotta take the crowd back because They don't know it yet, they're not familiar with it yet. So you may lose some people. You may, like, oh, let's get a drink or whatever, so you got to be ready to pivot into something else and bring them back.
Yeah.
So, and that's the kind of the whole mentality of radio too. Like, that's why you don't always hear a ton of new music on the radio.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because people gravitate to the radio because they don't want to be surprised. Right?
Yeah.
They come to whichever radio station, whether it be country, hip hop, rock, whatever it is, you're going to this station because you know exactly what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Right? That's exactly why you turn on Fox News or you tune on CNN or whatever it is, any media or anything. There's a reason why that you're tuning into that, because you know exactly what you're going to get.
It's a niche.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have, as a DJ, do you have that song that will save you from any fuck up?
100%.
What is that song?
I mean, there's a lot of them. It just really depends on the situation.
Oh, so
it really depends on if you're DJing for like a pop or an open format club, or like, more of a younger crowd where you may be playing like, trap and more newer music. It just really depends on your situation, right?
Yeah.
Where, DJing in Park City, whole different crowd, tourist crowd, older crowd, right? So every situation is different. But I have a few different songs, a few different bags that I could jump into when if and when that situation comes. But realistically, I'm not trying to say that I'm this like big, perfect DJ, but I've been doing it long enough to know that like those newer songs, they don't always hit right away, right? Yeah. So I don't want to take the chance of ruining this vibe that I've built up for the sake of Beyonce's new song or the sake of Drake's new song.
Yeah.
If I'm DJing and maybe a couple people in the night ask for it, sure, I'll throw it in. But like a lot of times I may wait a week or two, for people to get more. Because like I said, new music comes out on Friday for the most part.
Yeah.
Clubs are on Friday. So, I mean, how long have people got a chance to listen to that new song and get acclimated with it and know the lyrics, right? Know the breakdowns and know, they want to dance to records. Like I said, they don't want to be surprised.
They don't.
They want to be entertained.
Yeah. As a DJ, right? What's the hardest thing for a DJ in a personal level?
It's for me, it's the balance. I got 3 kids, I got a wife, 2 dogs, right? So like finding that balance, I think early on in my career, just hustle, work every night, every weekend, 5, 6, 7 nights, multiple times in the night, right?
Yeah.
Just grinding. And then as you, solidify yourself more into what you're doing, you don't have to do that as much.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do it as much because you have people who count on you and people who want your time as much as the time that you're giving away to the club goers and the party animals and whatnot. So that's for me has always been the hardest part, is being able to find the balance and being able to, take my wife out, take my kids out, take them all out together, So,
but that's when the cost goes up.
What? When you take them all out together?
No. That too. No, when you become more valuable,
right?
When you start doing so much that it's like, I need time for myself and I need time for my loved ones. Now the cost goes up, and that you get less, but you get paid more,
right?
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know how to make that shift sometimes, and they stay in that.
You learn it. It. This is in this. It's the entertainment business, and nobody knows it 100%. I'm still learning things. 20 something, 30 years into the game, still learning things here as I go along. Do I know a lot? Oh, fuck yeah. Have I been through a lot? Fucking right I have, but I still learning things because this new era, right?
It changes.
Yeah, it's constantly music is constantly changing, trends are constantly changing, equipment's constantly changing.
People, right? There's new people in the club.
The wants and needs for the clubs are constantly changing. Yeah. So, man, you really got to be a chameleon out here because every year, every 2 years, there's new trends, new this, new that, new everything. Whether it be like Serato, right? Oh. The equipment, like new equipment will come out
all the time,
right? Every year, there's a new controller or a new mixer or a new something that comes out, and it's like, oh well, your computer's not compatible with that mixer.
Yeah, fuck.
So for you to buy this new $2,000 mixer, you now got to buy a new $2,000 computer.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So the game of constantly, the rat race, it's not even a game. It's just a rat race of new equipment, new software, and constantly, I mean, you don't need to constantly be up on it. But like I said, if you want that new mixer, you know, your computer's got to have this certain operating system.
Yeah.
And if your computer's from 5 years ago, you don't have that operating system. So it's like, oh, well, I want that mixer. So now I have to invest in a new computer before I invest in this mixer.
Yeah.
So now you are five grand later for a personal / professional investment. You know? And a lot of people don't know and see those little things too.
And as soon as you get them, another thing comes out, and it's like, fuck. No.
But like I said, it's a rat race. You don't have to have the newest thing, you know, because the newest controller or mixer for a lot of times just has a bunch of bullshit bells and whistles that nobody will ever use. So yeah, it's all in the eye of the beholder. Some people are super techie and they always want the newest stuff. They always want the newest computers and newest controllers and mixers and turntables, and you know, more power to you if that's your thing. So,
what do you think sets you apart from other DJs?
Wow. I think being original, you know, right? We all, for the most part, play the same music. It's how we play the music.
Yeah.
And when we play the music, I think adding your charisma, adding your microphone skills to it, right? Yeah. So, and staying fresh, because pretty much you're playing the same music. Well, like the same club, same music. I play a lot of different things. Sometimes I do like underground hip hop. Sometimes I do clubby stuff. But each particular genre is pretty much the same. You know, you're doing the same thing, right? You're just switching it up a little bit, changing up the set. Like my man Z Trip says, same gun, different bullets. When you DJ, right? Yeah. So that's the same thing. You don't want to get up there and play the same mixes and transitions for the same crowd over and over again, right?
Yeah. What's your favorite? What do you think your favorite music environment is?
Ooh, probably like your underground hip hop, your classic like golden era hip hop.
What's been your favorite hip hop album ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
Probably Gangstar Mass Appeal.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably.
What makes it your favorite?
I don't know, just the beats, the samples, the cuts from Premiere, the song titles, the message behind the song titles, and just a grimy album, man. It's just some classic New York hip hop, you know?
If you could, let's say you have, it's the end of the world, right? And you have 2 hip hop songs to choose from. One to listen for just to listen for the rest of, you know, whatever apocalypse has going on.
Uh-huh.
What would those 2 songs be?
Ooh. Probably Gangstar, the Mass Appeal, the song, the title song for the album, and
for the rest of your life, you would listen
for the rest of your life. Yeah,
Really?
I mean, I have to choose one, right? Or two for this instance, and maybe Dilated People's Worst Come to Worst.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
which is that one?
You have to look it up, man.
Okay, I'm
some,
have to
some
look
more
it
classic.
up.
It's West Coast, but it's some classic hip-hop shit.
Yeah.
You know, shout to Dilated People's.
Hell yeah. How do you think? How important do you think artist development is for a DJ?
Like what do you mean?
Like no. How important do you think breaking an artist is for a DJ?
Well, it just depends on what style of DJ you are. I grew up in an era where when you got a mixtape, it was all new music.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've always gravitated towards that. When I was on the radio out here, my show was all new music. When you hear me on Shade 45, no matter what show I'm doing, it's all new music. Yeah. You know, like people have access to the world, right? They have the internet and they can look up everything. So I tend to play music that maybe not is accessible, but still accessible, right?
Okay. Rare.
Not really rare, just like maybe just music that's just newer music that's not on a major level, right? So that's kind of like I'm always playing new music, just constantly just trying to put people onto new things, you know, because that's as a young kid picking up mixtapes and developing a style for DJing, I always gravitated towards that. Like, but it's funny because you say earlier, like people don't want to be surprised, and they don't. As far as the entertainment, you know, like going to the nightclub, nobody wants to hear mixtape songs that they've never fucking heard before. Nobody wants to go out and party to songs they've never heard before.
They want to sing along.
Those are just the facts.
Yeah.
But again, people listening to the radio or people listening to a mixtape or a mix CD, obviously those, you know, the physical ones are few and far between now, but the mixes itself, right? You go to my Mixcloud and all my shows, all my radio shows that are posted, it's at that time were all new music. It's all new music.
So Shade 45, how did that opportunity come along?
Well, originally the opportunity came because a couple different DJs were on there that I know.
Yeah.
Personally, so I was invited to come on and be a guest DJ on, you know, Tony Touch's show, Soul Assassins with DJ Muggs, Static Selectors, Show Off Radio, and even on not even Shade 45, even other radio stations too, like Hip Hop Nation. Yeah. I've done a bunch of shows on there, and then, well, this isn't because of me, but the heavy hitters were given a show on there, and just with like my experience being on there and just like with the underground hip hop and the new hip hop, Enough gave me my own. We used to have pre-pandemic. We used to have 4 hours on, and I had my own hour every single week on Monday nights.
Oh damn.
So yeah, I've been down with Shade 45 since the existence, pretty much.
Damn, that's dope.
It's been a huge blessing to be able to be on there and share my platform with artists here and give them some international looks on their music.
Fuck yeah. I feel like, bro, that's one thing you're doing. You're really pushing the culture forward. You know what I mean? But I feel like we talked about this on the phone that it shouldn't just be on you. You know? I feel like the artists in Utah are not putting enough of their side, you know, and that's not me putting shade on them. It's just, it will never be enough because there's no Drake here, you know? The only way that I could be like, oh, we're doing enough if there was a Drake here, but there's not. So there's no excuses or anything. We're not doing enough. But people like you know, when it comes to, I don't like when people are like, the radio, this and that. It's you. The radio will fucking look at you if you're doing the job.
Right.
If you're getting ears, if you're getting the masses, if you're getting people involved, the radio will fuck with you. That's just how it is. Or anything, even in this show, I will fuck with you because that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
What do you got going? What's your value, right? So what would you tell a young artist who's trying to get some attention from you what can they do to do that?
One, off top, no matter what, you got to be respectful. When you got to reach out to somebody, right? Be respectful. Like you would think that goes without saying, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Two, be prepared to, send your music and have your music ready to go. And again, the internet has allowed people to be complacent. They've allowed people to be so much in a comfort zone where everybody's like, oh, here's my Spotify link, or here's this, or here's that. I could tell you right now, I don't listen to links. I don't click links. I don't ever do that. I don't know why. I just don't. I always tell people, send me the waves or the MP3s, because I like to hear the music,
Yeah.
When I listen to somebody's music, I'm listening to it at home in studio speakers. So I want to hear the music from the audio file, not from a streaming link.
Plus, I feel like,
that's me being old and that's just like the old school way of doing it, and that's just, and I get you guys' way of doing it, and that's all good. I just.
Well, bro, I believe that.
And there's a lot of scams out there with the links, so I don't click any links, man. I've been this close to getting fucked. So I don't click any links out there, man. Spotify, Apple Music, I don't click any links. I will download your music to my computer at home and listen to it and turn it up and feel it like music's supposed to be felt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm real phobish about links, and especially with all the internet scams and things out there. And
well, I believe that no matter how much the culture changes, the principles always stay intact, right? I bet you'd rather have a conversation with these people. Like, even when I first, I remember I saw you on Mike Musters, right? I could have been like, hey, Juggy, let's do an episode. But I was like, no, I need to introduce myself. Be like, yo, I fuck with your stuff. Let's get you on soon. Like, that feels so much better. That feels more like personal. That feels like there's a connection of energy. Instead of being like, hey, yo, give me this opportunity, but for what?
Right. I mean, like I said, just be respectful. I'm not looking for a reach around. It's just, I'm just, when I introduce myself, and imagine asking somebody you don't know for something. And that's just, and I don't mean to sound contradictive because I'm doing this to help people, but I feel like there's got to be some level of respect and professionalism. But again, that's to be learned.
Yes,
that's to be learned, and hopefully I could help people and teach people along the way. So I don't really get mad and be passive when people don't approach me or greet me with respect. I don't know them.
Yeah.
So I don't know that they mean disrespect. So there's no reason for me to misconstrue text message or an email or something because somebody didn't say, hey, how you doing, sir? My name is so-and-so, and I want to know how I can be a part of your thing,
Well, I think the best thing you can do is just teach them.
Right.
Like, that's lately, I used to not give a fuck. I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I don't know you. I don't know what you do. There's no value that's being collaborated, right? So I would just be like, nah, fuck that. But now I'm like, hey, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you. This is how you should do it next time. It doesn't mean that I will help you out or I will be a part of your thing. But if I teach them, they will learn. If they get bigger, they'll remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's because we're all investing on each other, bro. If somebody comes along and just wants to take from you, that doesn't feel good. Yeah, I know for a fact there's been so many people that tried to take advantage of you and have tried to take advantage of the platform you've built, right?
Yeah, yes and no. Like I said, a lot of these guys I don't know, so it's hard for me to say, oh, this dude, he's looking for an opportunity or she's looking for an opportunity. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But it's more or less like, how can I be a part of this? What can I do?
Let it be mutual.
Yeah, or just a different respect. Because I have people like, oh man, it's like, Your shit's whack because you guys don't have me, you know? And it's like, well,
bro, that shit. And we can
or things of that nature, you know?
Well, going on that segment, I feel like that topic is important. With your Slap Lake City, right? You're giving so much opportunities. And I bet you, just like the radio, just like this show, there's a lot of people out there. It's like you said, if they don't have me, and it's bullshit.
Right.
So what are you talking about? There's something being built. You should be putting energy into that. Mm-hmm. Because then if we don't build a machine, who the fuck is going to build it?
Because I'll get people that will like leave shitty comments on, and you know what I do? I message them and I say, hey, what's up? Have you ever submitted music to be a part of the event? No? Okay, so why would you leave a comment like that? Yeah. You know, like I'm just generally curious why you would. If you've never even taken the steps to build a relationship with what we're doing, why would you come on our page and leave a comment saying, oh, you guys aren't shit because you never had me? Yeah. You know, it's like,
I think it's people's egos, bro.
Or it's just people just trolling. They, you know, for whatever reason, the internet's weird. But I ask people, you know, because there's no gatekeeping involved. We open the door. We've been doing this. We're going on 5 years doing this.
Bro, you're trying to open the door. No, you're trying to make the door. That's the thing that, like you said, that's so true. There's no gatekeeping. We're trying to make a door.
Right. When
in reality, there's no door here. And that's why I feel like you should even get more respect for that, because I
don't want respect. I'm not looking for respect. I do this because I was taught coming up from OGs that that's what you do is you look out, right? Yep. So as I transitioned into as I transitioned into being an OG, I took those things that my OGs told me along the way and make sure that if you can look out for people and you have the ability to look out for people, look out for them, especially if it doesn't set you back or has no effect on you, your career, your financials, your family, nothing. If you have the ability to look out for people, look out for people.
You should do it.
You know?
Yeah, because that's like sharing your blessings.
Yeah.
You know, if you get something, you should give it out as well. Because it's not fair. Just being selfish will never get you nowhere. Mm-hmm. You know? Where do you see the future of the culture when it comes to music in Utah going?
I think there's a lot of talented artists out here. I definitely see some cats out here making it on a bigger stage a lot sooner than later. I think what more artists need to do is invest in themselves.
Oh, 100%.
Financially. Bro. And I'm not talking about like music videos and things of that nature. Like your rap career, your music career, or whatever your career is a business.
100%, bro.
You have to go and get a business license for your record label, for your rap moniker, for whatever it is. So if you don't look at your career as a business, you're always gonna fail. You're always gonna fail.
Every single time.
And I see a lot of artists who put out great music. I mean, that's the reason why I started doing Slap Lake City, is because I asked for music to play on Shade 45, and the amount of quality music that I got from artists that I didn't even know existed in the city was astonishing.
Wow.
I mean, I could probably name off 50 artists that prior to Slap Lake City I never heard of that all make quality music that I've built a relationship with. So with that being said, it's just the whole investment thing.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be merch, whether it be paying for a sponsored ad,
features,
paying for a placement on like even World Star, right?
Yeah.
Like you can pay for your video to be on World Star, and I think it's if I'm not mistaken, it's tiered for however higher up the post is on the page. So as far as scrolling down, right? So you can get your video on World Star. Like I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah,
right?
It makes
for the
no
amount
sense.
of traffic that they get, Yeah, sure. It might be expensive. It might be more than you've ever paid for advertisement, or even more than you've ever invested into yourself.
Yeah, bro. It's hard because a lot of artists, I do feel like they believe in talent more than the business side. And I
think a lot of them believe in luck. You know,
bro, that's so true.
God maybe I'll get discovered, or maybe I'll go, maybe this will go viral, maybe this will be the new TikTok dance, or maybe this, or maybe that.
There's no such thing as that, bro.
Even those people invested in themselves for the most 100%.
Part. That's the problem, bro, that people, even artists, believe in magic, right? But even real magic takes years of understanding a trick, you know? And that's what I always tell artists. It's like, hey, there is a way. Read books, listen to podcasts, there's the biggest people in the industry are talking about these things, what to do, how to do it, when to do it. But people are so lazy. And I really do feel
so like when people are like, yo, you know, link in the bio, you know, here, stream my new music, right?
Yeah.
How many streams do you have to get? And I don't know this because I'm not an artist and I don't have streaming music. So I'm asking, how many streams do you have to get to make $10, to take home $10?
Bro,
right? I'm not asking you to give me the answer, so maybe you'll pop the information up here.
Well, I know that 1 million streams is like 4,000.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever it is, you'll see where I'm getting to. So you do a show and you press up CDs and you sell your CDs for $10 a piece, or even you're like, okay, cool. Nobody has a CD player. Why would I press up CDs?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say nobody has a CD player. There are people that still have CD players.
Yeah.
And there are still people that buy physical music. I know this. Actually, I can show you numbers 100%. From artists who sell physical music. The biggest artists in the world sell vinyl, CDs, cassettes, along with soft goods merch.
Yeah.
Whether or not people have cassette players, I mean, you think these teenagers who are buying Rihanna's tapes and Drake's tapes and The Weeknd's, cassette tapes, you think they have a cassette player?
No. It could be like a tangible thing that
it's a nostalgic. It's a nostalgic merch item. Like I said, some people do have newer tape, boom boxes. That's a machine that plays tapes, and CD players and whatnot.
Yeah.
Vinyl, right? You could go to a lot of different places and get turntable. Shit, you could buy vinyl from fucking Whole Foods.
Yes, it's true.
You could buy vinyl from Target, Walmart, all these different outlets that have vinyl. So if the idea of people don't have CDs and that's why you're not pressing CDs, then why is Drake pressing CDs? Why is Rihanna and all these big artists who don't need, essentially don't need the money, right? But they're doing it because guess what? People are buying it.
Exactly.
People are still buying merch. I'm a vinyl enthusiast. I buy vinyl all the time. Probably at least a couple times a week. I'm buying
too. Yeah,
I'm buying 45s to DJ. I'm buying records to listen to. So I know I'm a consumer. I know, and and shout out to the artists who do invest in themselves and make merch. CDs, vinyl. Yo, shout out to my man Icky Rogers. He has a vinyl and his most recent album, and it's been a very long time since somebody else in the city has taken the time and the money to invest in themselves to get vinyl, because it's not cheap to get pressed up. Well, then shout out to my brother Brisk, of course. He stays on vinyl. He's got 45s. But yeah, like that investment, it says a lot. It says a lot. And even shirts, right? Even shirts, it says a lot. And it also says that you're serious about what you're doing. Yeah. Because one, no matter what business you're in, doesn't matter what it is, I know this is cliche to say, but it's the truth. You got to spend money to make money.
100%.
Right?
100%,
so if you're opening up a business, you got to spend money to get whatever it is, the product that you're reselling.
Exactly.
Whatever it is. Well, so even as an artist, you're reselling yourself, right? You're reselling yourself in a physical form, whether it be shirts, hats, CDs, cassettes, vinyl, whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's an investment.
Well, that's why I have a problem with a lot of artists talking shit on a 9 to 5. I feel like people are so spoiled that they don't understand that if you don't have an investor, you have to become your own investor. And how do you do that? By having a good paying job.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a weird thing that they put in. That's
more internet shit. Like people like, oh, like looking down on 9-to-5s or looking down on people that work at McDonald's or whatever. Like I never understood that concept of somebody, whether they have a 9-to-5 and have a nighttime job or whatever it is, doing something to better themselves. Or maybe they just work somewhere, they have a 9-to-5 because they like it. Like I have a homie who works at GameStop.
Ooh, that's dope.
1 day a week he works at GameStop. You know why he works at GameStop 1 day a week?
Why?
So he can get he's a gamer.
Oh,
so he can get the exclusive drops, get the discounts, right? Get the controllers and all the things, right? So he sacrifices 1 day a week for his personal, right? He works so he can gain these personal benefits for himself.
And but that's what I'm telling you, bro. It's like this weird notion of like.
So he's investing in himself essentially, like he's investing in his hobby.
Yeah. Well, there's so much hacks, bro. If you just go to the radio station, right? If you're an artist and you so desperately want to be in the radio station, go to the radio station, ask for a job, no matter what job it is.
Get your foot in the door,
and say, hey,
man.
I just want to give value. I don't care. Like you said, you get your foot in the door. Now you're in a new world where you can get connections. It's easy as that. But people have this like, no, I'm a rapper. I need to keep up this persona. No, you just need to.
It's all good. Keep up your persona. Don't post yourself at your day job. Man, it's exactly. The internet's all smoke and mirrors anyway. So if you have a 9-to-5 and you just want people to think that you're a successful rapper, then don't post anything about your 9-to-5. You see how easy that is?
But even with that, bro, I feel like, let's say, I was a rapper and I have a job at McDonald's. I will flex that shit. Because like, at the end of the day, it should be about being real.
I'd be giving my mixtape out through the drive-thru,
100%,
bro.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And the Happy Meals, bro. But that's the thing where it's like, I like struggle because I know where I'm going. So when I get there, I'm going to flex the shit out of that. If I get $1 million tomorrow and I did it without doing anything, I'm going to feel embarrassed about that. I'll be like, damn, I didn't deserve this, right? But if I work my ass off, if I got a 9-to-5 and I worked every single day, once I get there, I'm going to be like, yeah, I did that. What did you do? I like flexing the struggles, bro. And that's what a lot of people are getting too comfortable and they don't like the struggle.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying earlier about early in my career where I never turned down a gig. I was working every single night.
Bro.
Sometimes multiple, and still do, but I'm definitely not doing, 5 to 7 nights anymore like I used to. I'm kind of down to like on an average of like 3 nights a week. Sometimes good, more, sometimes less. But yeah, about an average of like three times a week. But there was a time, post Daddy Juggy, where I was definitely working except for Sundays, of course, out here. But I was definitely working 5 to 6 nights a week on a regular basis, like dive bars, clubs, concerts, quinceañeras, whatever. It didn't make a difference. Like if something came across my plate, I was doing it. I was doing it, but. Now, I thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, you're building your, what's that called? When you have like a...
The legacy. No.
Your repertoire. Yeah. What's it called? How do you say it? Repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're building that. The more you do, the more people know.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, bro.
And also, too, early on, I learned very, very quick in this business that when people offer you opportunities and you don't take them, a lot of times they don't come back. So in the early days, I worked my fucking ass off. Like I said, I never turned down a gig. I was, and to me, like the money early on wasn't an issue. I mean, it's not really an issue now, but it was more or less like, let me get in front. Oh, now I get to get in front of more people. Yeah. Maybe this opportunity will lead to other opportunities. And it did. Yeah. And it did. And it was because I was relentless and I was always willing to work no matter the day, the time, the weather, didn't make a difference. You know, I was there. I was professional, whether it was packed, whether it was nobody on the dance floor. I did what was expected of me. And those are, you know, like you said, like those are like those struggles that you deal with, you know, not every.
But how good
is not every night's going to be opening for Pitbull at USANA, right? You know?
How good does that feel though, that you went through that? You know what I mean? One of the biggest things I always say is everybody wants to be a swimmer, but they don't like water.
Right.
And that makes so much sense to me because I'm like, the most successful people I've ever met are constantly uncomfortable. They're always on something. They got this going on. They got 20 things going on at the same time. They never really take a break. They calm down, but they never really take a break because it's like this. Success is, bro, it's like swimming in a pool in the Pacific Ocean. Like it's a different world, you know, and a lot of people want to be in that comfortable zone when in reality, it's like that comfort zone will only bring you depression. It will only bring you stagnation. It will only bring you writer's block. You know, even in music, I've always said, if you just keep doing a song, you don't even have to finish it. Just mumble it. At least you got the melody for then to add a word on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just finish it. There's a lot of people doing so much things but never finish it. It's like you have to keep that consistency going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How important do you think collaborating is?
I think collaborating is good because so this guy over here from this side of town has his own fan base, or maybe he's, you know, particularly he's a Latino MC, right? So his fan base is, you know, strong, very strong on the Latin side. So yeah, I mean, especially in the city, we're all coming up. Everyone's out for the same goal. Work together. Yeah. Work together. Share your followers with this guy's followers. Come together, and now you got a couple thousand followers. He's got a couple thousand followers, and you guys exchanged, right? You guys exchanged listeners. Now you're fans and are listening to him. You know, and guess how much that cost you? $0 fucking dollars. Exactly. $0 fucking dollars to help each other out.
Yeah.
Zero. You're not charging him. You're not charging him. We're working together. And that's, again, the Slap Lake City. That's the whole motto. Yeah. Like coming together. We're all coming together and performing and coming together as a community and being there for each other, right? We're all watching each other and supporting each other. And then a lot of the artists from there have collabed together, and they tell me like, yo, because me and this dude or me and her did a show together, and we saw each other, and we never saw each other before, but because of Slap Lake City, we now have a song together. Yeah. And it's because of you putting this together and putting us together on the same bill. We never even knew each other. Yeah. And that's beautiful. I never even meant for that to happen. You know?
But in the same token, I feel like there has to be value given. You know, it can't just be working, because if an artist comes to me and doesn't post anything, doesn't have any music out, but just feels like it needs to be on the show, that makes no sense to me.
Most of the artists that are like that, they end up weaving themselves out because they feel like they're bigger than everybody. Yeah. They feel like their movement is bigger than everybody else's movement. And then all the people who, right? And there's 12 people performing, and then you got this one black sheep who thinks he's bigger or she thinks she's bigger and better than everybody. And I'm not saying this in particular. And then like most of the time, those people end up weaving themselves out, right? Yeah.
Because honesty and hard work always turns and evolves into consistency and discipline. You know, a lot of people who are like that, they don't have enough consistency because they do feel like they're better than everybody. And if you feel like you're better than everybody, you usually get comfortable, right? That's why I love
or people just think you're a fucking asshole if you think you're better than everybody.
Exactly.
And they don't want to be around you. And then, like I said, those people end up weeding themselves out because nobody wants to be around them. And then the energy that they project, it's like, oh, well, maybe we just won't have him next time or ever.
Now, how important do you think energy is?
Yeah, I mean, it all ties in together. You know, if you can't have good energy and be an asshole.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and if you're an asshole, you got bad energy. So they all tie in together, you know. And again, when you're building a community and you have like-minded people that are involved in this community, those that you know, that 1 of 10, right? They end up weaving themselves out or going to go find people who are, you know, more like-minded like them.
Well, I felt like the hack for me has been always feeling like the underdog, but knowing that I'm doing enough work to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like when I was younger, I did feel like I was better than other people, and that always got me nowhere. It was just like, it was hitting a wall every single time.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I never felt like I was better than everybody. I wanted to be better than everybody.
Yeah, okay, see, that's how I felt. I wanted to be. I never told
it's
people.
It's hard to feel like you're better than everyone when you're working to be, you know?
Yeah.
So like I was saying, as I was coming up, it's like, well, I want to be better than my idols, you know, or the guy who's, you know, killing it or whatever, you know, like I want to be better, you know? I never thought I was better. I just always wanted to be better.
Okay, that's why I got it wrong. I did that too.
Yeah.
It was, I wanted to be better than everybody, but it wasn't even everybody. I just wanted to be better than what I did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That it was like, even on this show, it's like, how can I do a better episode? You know, I don't want to be the best podcast.
Right.
How can I do the best quality? How can I get the best sound? How can I get the best guest? That's what matters to me, because I'm constantly outdoing myself.
Right.
Because
maybe not necessarily better than the next person, but I just want to be the best version of myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that should be the goal.
Yeah, I want to be better than myself. And of course you do want to be better than everyone else, because it's a business, and there is a competition, and people who say that there isn't, they're either lying or they don't know the truth. So
true.
So I mean, and then being better than myself, I think, qualifies me to be better than everyone, at least in my own mind.
100%.
So,
we all have
and when I say be better than everybody, I don't mean like, well, I want to take this guy's job, or I want to do this or that. It's just me being the best. I want to be the best. You know, I don't need people to say, oh, you're better than him. You're definitely the best DJ in this city. You know, I think it's more of an expression. Like, I want to be the best. You know, when you do whatever it is that you do, whether you're a chef, whether you're a whatever the fuck it is, you want to be the best, right? Yeah. That's kind of the goal. You want to be the best. You do something good yesterday, you want to do something good today. You want to keep bettering yourself and becoming better than you were yesterday, better than you were last week, better than you were last year, better than you were a couple hours ago, right?
Yeah,
and I think, again, like I said earlier, I do know a lot, but I'm constantly learning too. And I want to learn, and I want to know. And even though I may not use all of the newest equipment or the newest ways to promote yourself or do certain things, I want to know about it.
Yeah.
I want to know how it works. I want to know, does that work for me? Maybe not, but maybe it works for this person, you know, but I want to be on top of things, right? Because say you get booked to DJ someplace, and you tell them, well, I only use turntables, right? I only use 2 turntables and a mixer. Anything else than that, like, it's just not really my thing. I can use it, but it's just not really my thing. And then you show up, right? And then the CD turntables, then you got someone that's like, oh, well, it's the same, right? It's all the same. It's not all the same.
It's not.
So, and then you show up and you're like, well, this is what you got to work with.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to use it, you're going to be fucked.
100%.
So I don't need to have that equipment at home. I don't need to invest in $2,000, $4,000 or $5,000. I just need to know how to use it. I need to know how to have that skill set. So if I'm put in that situation where my comfort zone, when my comfort zone isn't there and something else is presented to me, I'm ready to rock. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
any controller, any DJ setup, it doesn't make a difference. Upside down, backwards, in the dark, I could rock with it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, all you need is knowledge.
Right.
how much do you know?
I don't physically need to have it and invest in the money. I just need to know and be able to use it and have the knowledge to know that if this is put in front of me by mistake or by somebody thinking that that's all the same, I'm good. Because if I can't and I can't be a chameleon and use this equipment, then I may not be able to get paid for that, even though that's somebody else's fuck up by not having the proper equipment there.
Did the DJ lifestyle, you know, it's long nights. Did that ever affect you?
In the beginning of my marriage, it could have. It could have. Just because I don't know, how can I say this? I wasn't prepared for the transition from the party boy to father and husband. It happened fairly quick. And well, I mean, at least I had 9 months to prepare for it, right?
Yeah, sure.
But when it happened, I was, and this was like a personal issue. I was like, what is it when you're I was in denial, you know, right? Okay, I was in denial. And there was one time where like I got really, really fucked up. And my wife was like, you know, like, you can't do that. You know, you have people that depend on you. I depend on you. Your son depends on you. So, you know, and then I just realized, all right, well, let me batten down the hatches and, you know, let me get into my husband, father era, as you guys like to refer to everything nowadays, and transition into that and accept it. You know what I mean? Like, so that, I think that in the beginning but other than that, it's been, I think it just all goes back to the balance. You know, there's a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll that go on with the nightlife, and you know,
it is what it is.
You just got to be responsible out there, and
no, that's why I always say you need something to keep you in the ground.
Yeah,
you know,
my wife definitely did that.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, she changed my. I mean, she changed my life in more ways than I could ever imagine, and I can't even begin to thank her, you know? So, because if I didn't have met her, I'm not like I was like some crazy like drug addict or anything. But yeah, I mean, it's just I met her at the right time. She changed my life, and personally and professionally. So,
well, same with me, bro. I feel like, you know, the right woman will change your life for the good forever.
Right.
You know, and the wrong woman can fuck up your life too.
Oh, 100%.
You know, so what's next for you? You know, because you still got a lot of life ahead of you. You know, like you said, you're 45 years old, 45 years young.
Young, yeah.
You know, still got a lot of life ahead of you. What's next with DJ Juggy?
Man, well, I'll be honest with you. I like what I'm doing. You know, I like just being a DJ. I like doing the radio. I like breaking artists and playing new music, and you know, breaking artists, playing new music. That's so like it's Slap Lake City. You know, giving these guys the platform to, you know, do their thing. Probably. I mean, you know, I don't know, without like sounding cliche, like I don't really like, I don't really like say have like future goals or anything, but I'm cool with what I'm doing right now. I've been doing it, you know, I've made this the DJ thing in my career. Like I don't have like aspirations for like a record label, and like, you know, really what I have planned is making sure my kids like are raised in this fucked up world as great human beings and continue on like having a legacy of you know, just like
the Juggy
being
legacy.
Good people. Like my kids aren't DJs. I never pushed the DJ thing on them. You know, like, would it be cool to like have one of my kids as a DJ? Sure. Yeah. But I always was whatever they wanted to do. You know, I never, like a lot of times you see kids are forced into, right, ballet, modeling, sports, They fucking hate it.
Yeah.
They fucking hate it. Like kids that are just naturally tall, what do their parents do? Fucking throw them in basketball, right?
Yeah.
You know, kids, you have beautiful kids. Let's doll them up and fucking put them in movies and TVs and do this. You know, it's just like, let kids be kids. Yeah. Let them be parents and let them grow up to be who they're going to be, you know? And I feel like that's my main goal, really.
What's one advice you could give a starting DJ that you wish somebody gave you?
That this is the entertainment business and it's not the entertainment friendship. It's a gem that a lot of people, it goes directly over their head because you work with people and you become friends with people, but this is the entertainment business. At the end of the day, it's a business. And a lot of friendships are scolded over business, good and bad.
Yeah.
Whether or not you uphold your end of the business or whatever it may be, just if you develop the thick skin and just know that there's always an opportunity for someone to take advantage of you, for someone to fuck you, to someone to turn their back on you, who you've shown nothing but unconditional love for 20 years, 15 years, and then all of a sudden they turn their back on you.
Oh my God.
You know, like these things are gonna happen. They happen, right?
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. You're gonna get stiffed on money. People are gonna cancel on you. I mean, the negative laundry list of things, but potentially that could or are gonna happen to you, they're long.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But it's a balance. Like there's a lot of great things that come from this business, and I'm not trying to deter anybody from coming, but you see it, right? And it's the dark side of it people don't really talk about, because everything on the internet is smoke and mirrors. It's all fabricated, right? You're never gonna see a DJ post a recap video of a shitty night that they had, right? When was the last time you seen someone be like, "Oh man, it was so dope last night. 5 fucking people came."
Yeah, that's true.
Never. So again, people see, kids see DJs, whether it be myself, guys on a huge level like Jazzy Jeff and Tiesto's and these guys, right? The huge millionaires doing the biggest events, the Super Bowl and all these things, world tours, big events, opening up for, whatever it is, and they see that. They only see the glitz and glamour of what's happening, right? Yeah. So it's, when you get into this business, just know that there is definitely a dark side to this, and people will turn a blind eye to you quick. People that you've opened doors to, people you've put on, people that you never. And it's and I use these cliches, and it's like it's always somebody super close to you that you never thought would ever fucking turn on you. It's always those people who turn a corner on you, and it's just part of it, And once I think it actually. It's like telling somebody like, "Oh, you're gonna get into a car accident. You should be prepared." You're never prepared for it until it actually happens. Yeah. And I think that's kind of anything in life.
Anything, bro.
You have kids?
No, but I've been in a car accident.
Okay, that's completely different, bro. But I'm saying like people, they tell you, "Oh, kids, this is beautiful." The whole right, the miracle of birth, the miracle of life. You can never put it into words until you actually see your child come into earth, right? So it's these life-changing instances that you can never really prepare for them until they actually happen. But just know that it's gonna happen. You and your friend become DJs at the same time. He gets a gig, he lets you in. Next thing you know, you're better than him. He's cut out of the deal, right?
Fuck yeah. There's no.
Right. I mean, there's a fucking 1,000,001 scenarios that I could come up with. I think it's just about just knowing that there is a dark side, and that it's a business. It's a business, and people will fucking turn on you for a dollar, a quarter. Yeah. They will turn on you, man. They will.
But in the same token, bro, you can say that if you stay loyal, if you stay as a good person, right, genuinely
true to yourself,
there's a lot of good that comes out of this. I feel like the good outweighs.
There are good people in this business. A lot of good people in this business.
You just gotta, you know, that the bad people will get cut down. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to, all good people get to a room where they all meet each other. But it takes time because you have to go through all the bullshit.
Right.
You know, and I feel like, yes, there's a lot of darkness, but if you just stay true to yourself and you stay loyal and you're a good person, the good outweighs the dark. 100%. Always, you know? And like you said, you're where you're at for a reason. You know, everybody is where they are at for a reason. You know what I mean? So a lot of people that probably started at the same time as you are no longer here because they didn't do what you did. You know, they didn't have the character that you did. And I feel like, you know, even, I don't know if the city understands it, but from the Maikon Show and myself, Maikon, you know, I don't know you personally. This is the first time I meet you. No, well, after Mike Masters, you know, but I do want to give you your flowers. You know, I feel like more people
I feel like that you were on a Slap Lake City mixtape when you had your music days in the early.
Augustus. I never showed up though. I was in the mixtape.
Oh, you see, he just ghosted me, and then now he's owning up to it. Yo. No. I'm saying I think you were because the Slap Lake City started off as a mixtape series, and then we transitioned into the showcases, and then I stopped doing the mixtapes.
But I never had met you there, though. You know what I mean? I knew about you because Gus's posted. And you know, and it was awesome. You know, it was cool.
I thought we did a show at Ibiza one time.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did. I DJ'd at Ibiza when Tato put you on. You did a show.
But see, but I didn't meet you. You were just a DJ.
I just DJ'd for him. He didn't meet me. I just worked for him that night.
Okay, yeah. No,
he never paid me either. You know, whatever.
And that was Tato's job. The higher ups.
See, that's the dark side we're talking about.
No, but really though, like I feel like you've done a lot for the city. And you need more flowers, and I'm giving it to you, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's all in the eye of the beholder. I don't do anything for respect, or not for respect, but I don't do anything for praise. You know, I do things because you know I was raised the right way.
Yeah,
you know, I was raised by OGs. Like I said, that if you have the ability to look out for people, look out for people.
100%.
You know, and I've always done that. A lot of times not a lot of times, but there's been times where it's bit me in the ass, you know, where you look out for people, you give people your platform, you open doors for people, get people checks, and then the next thing you know, they turn on you for whatever reason, you know.
But you know what's funny, bro? I've learned that nothing is negative or positive. Right? Everything is just an experience that you learn from. And one thing I've always said is the best things in my life have led me to some of the worst things in my life.
And vice versa too.
And vice versa. The worst things in my life have led me to the best things in my life. So nowadays, when things happen, I don't look at it as negative or positive. Right. I look at it as cool. I've learned something from this, move forward. You know, and I feel like that's the best thing you can do at the end of the day.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, there's no sense of dwelling on something or somebody when if we're talking about a certain somebody and they've showed you their true colors. Yeah. Like you said, you're just like, oh, well that okay.
I get it.
All right, cool. Well, there it is. You'll be over there and I'll be over here.
Exactly.
And you know.
And it's so good too, because then I'd rather somebody show their true colors than have to deal with somebody fucking you over on the side without you even knowing. I love that I love when that happens, bro. That's why I don't, quote unquote, protect myself. Because I'm like, cool, now I know.
Yeah.
I learned it faster than I should have known. It would suck if I'm 5 years deep with this person and I'm getting fucked over by the side and I haven't known.
Yeah.
I'd rather know the first year. Cool, I get it. Thank you. Move on. You know, it's more of a
they say over time, people always show their true colors.
Bro.
Whether it be a week, a year, a month, a decade, whatever,
it will always leak out.
Right, always,
bro. Always. That's why I love this podcast scene, because on an interview, you can lie your ass off for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, give it an hour. I usually see the real self at minute like 35, minute 40. That's when people like start getting comfortable. They start showing who they really are.
You should start getting your guests drunk, and then they'll really fucking start spilling the tea.
Yeah, it's true. Nah, we'll get you back in, bro.
Not me, but I'm just saying, just like, oh, here you go. Here's a glass of wine. Oh, you want a little shot?
No.
Oh, here's another shot. Oh, really? That's a nice story. Here's another shot. Yeah, wow.
Yo,
okay.
there's some Henny there? Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, a Henny will make you do some crazy shit.
Anything's possible.
Hey, man. That's how it goes. So, nah, bro, thank you, but I got one last question for you.
Okay.
If you could go back in time to a young Juggy, what would you tell him? On a personal note.
On a personal note?
Not on a professional, but a personal note.
Save money.
Especially nowadays, a lot of people need to know about that, bro. That's important. Managing money. Yeah, because there's a difference. There's a difference, but managing money, bro.
I think, because I was like, maybe, because like I said, I don't want to sound like somebody perfect, but my whole career, I've always invested in myself. You know, I was around. Here I go, showing my age again. I was around during the mixtape and the mix CD era where I had to bring. Where I sold mixed, like if you came to a club, I would have mixtapes, like CDs. Like I always had some type of merch, tapes, CDs, shirts, stickers. I've always had something. So I've always invested in myself. I learned that at an early age because, again, coming up in the game, you saw OGs, right? And they make mixtapes, they make stickers, they make CDs. And you're like, well, if I want to do that, I got to do that too, right?
Exactly.
Oh, well, right? So when I go places, pre-internet days, there wasn't fucking links back then. That was how you sent your links out, was you would, go someplace, mixtapes, you would go say, hey, I'm DJ from wherever, these are my mixtapes, give it out, clothing stores, wherever, any place that they would play your tape or your CD. So, I mean, I would say like managing money at a younger age because, pre-married and father Juggy, just like any 20-year-olds, I was definitely reckless and, and partied and bought a lot of fucking frivolous shit. So, but I think, again, that's just part of the lessons, you learn and later on that, well, you can't save money if you're spending money. So it's the opposite, of investing in yourself. You can't make money if you don't invest in yourself. So it was like, well, if I don't want to live check to check, then I can't fucking spend every penny I have every single night of the week.
So thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Juggy.
Thanks for sharing your platform.
This has been a good conversation. I'm glad I finally got to meet you for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. The pleasure's all mine.
Hell yeah. So, what do you got to tell the people? Where can they find you?
You can find me on the Instagram interwebs. No, you can find me on social media. Is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Not
at your house,
yeah,
Juggy.
Yeah.
What's your address, Juggy?
At DJ Juggy. DJ Juggy. You can find me at pretty much anything and everything. Instagram, it's got the brainchild, so you can click on the little link and we'll take you to like when I stream, like my Twitch channel, my other social media platforms. I don't really use YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, but pretty much everything else.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. And to you guys, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us right now. With Juggy.
And for that, we appreciate you.
Yes. With Juggy and your host, Maikon. Juggy, I'm on a mission, bro. I'm working hard.
I know, man. I see your Instagram, your all the content you put up, all the snippets, and I do get opportunity here and there to listen to your podcast, and I try to listen to some of the other homies' podcasts out here because like the Realtors, I have a bunch of homies that are doing podcasts. You and Will Wonder, he does a great podcast. I've been on his show, I think once or twice. And there's a lot of great podcasters. A lot of them haven't been on, but I see their content and their reels and their clips and everything. So and there's a whole community out here with the podcasters. You guys should like do like a Mike Masters podcast thing and like.
That'd be dope. That'd be fucking dope.
Like some type of like competition.
I don't even know who can
beat the shit out of each other or something. I don't know. Like
I think the best would be goddamn. The best would be who can speak the longest. I feel like I got anybody.
Yeah,
I can speak the longest, bro. I'll speak for 10 hours. I don't give a fuck.
No, but you guys should do like some type of competition,
boxing matches.
Not boxing matches, but I don't know, like
soccer game. I
don't know. How would you? How would you like pit? Podcasts against each other, you know?
I'm telling you, who can speak the longest? Because this shit starts hurting. You know, sometimes I got three episodes a day and the light starts hurting. Yeah. My butt starts hurting. So it's who can go the longest. And that's why I don't care about the views. You know, I've gotten the millions of views and everything. I don't care about that. I care about the number of the episode. That's what I celebrate. Can I get to 2,000, 3,000? That's going to be my success. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Because I know that consistency and discipline is key for anything, no matter what you do. You know, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm working hard because I want to get Post Malone on this show. That's my mission right now. That's my dream. And I feel like it could happen. One step at a time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And to shed a little light on that, super good dude.
Oh.
He's a super good dude. I mean, I don't know him personally, like, as far as like calling him on the phone, but I've done a handful of events with him.
Really?
I've had a handful of opportunities where we were face to face speaking, and he's a good dude. You know, I mean, for the opportunities that I've had to meet with him, he's a good dude. I'm not saying that, you know, because of that, like he's gonna do your podcast, but I feel like it's definitely a possibility just based on that. Yeah, he's a pop icon, and you know, huge, but he's super down to earth dude, you know.
Oh yeah, and that's the reason why, because of his principles, how he treats people, and that's the reason why I do believe that's how I am, and that's how I want to be as a person.
I think if you were given the opportunity to talk to him and like be able to introduce yourself, and he would be like, yeah, it seems good. Yeah, man, that seems cool. I'll do your podcast.
But you know what? But you know why
I'll do your podcast, bro.
Yeah. I love.
That look like him?
Yeah,
that sound like him?
But the reason why, bro, is because I will never put any pressure on him. It's on me.
Yeah.
I say it because I have to work to get enough value for him to care. Mm-hmm. I've never been the type of guy that's like, hey, you need to do it because of me. I don't matter. It's my work that I gotta show. You know, I know for a fact someday he's just gonna be, because I've had a lot of guests who are this close to him. You know, people who have booked him and things like that. People that know him, right? There's gonna be a day, if I put enough energy out there, if I work really hard, if the community is strong enough.
You gotta put it into existence, exactly. Like the kids say.
Like the kids say. But I know, quote unquote, but I know it's gonna happen, bro. I'm living in the past right now. And the future already happened. Yeah. You know, so, but I know it's on me. Nobody else. It's on me. And I love having weight on me, bro. I love that shit. I don't know, as a young kid, it was hard for me. It was stressful. But nowadays, the older I get, I'm like, how can I get more weight? Because life I will know exactly when to, this is too heavy. But I like to put weight on me.
Reminds me of my daughter, like if it's been like a busy week and she knows I'm like, tired and worn out, she'll be like, Dad, is the monkey off your back?
Yo, that's funny. Damn. That's so fucking dope though, because it's like a reminder.
Yeah.
Like, am I okay?
Yeah.
Damn, I might fuck with that, bro.
Yeah, kids, bro. They fucking...
Well, dude, like,
they
again...
have no filter, so they're going to fucking put it out there.
Yeah, well, again, just what we talked about, wanting to be the best swimmer, but not liking water. I love water, bro. If I want to do something... This shit comes with a lot of stress. It comes with a lot of accountability. It comes with a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, but we didn't know that in the beginning.
Oh, at all.
We didn't know that.
But that's the reason why that's why God gives you the vision, but doesn't give you the process.
But you love what you do. I love what I do, and but all that that adversity and all the everything that we put up with. It's just
part of it.
It's part of it. Yeah.
Well, bro,
nothing good comes easy.
Nothing. Right. And at the end of the day, bro, like I said, that's why God gives you the vision, but it doesn't give you the process. Because if God was to give you the process, a lot of motherfuckers would stop.
Don't
they wouldn't even try.
Biblical on me now, bro.
No, I'm not saying
I'm just kidding.
I'm saying that if you knew what was gonna happen in the middle,
right,
you wouldn't do it. It gets hard,
bro.
Your
initial vision, right? You're like, you see the podcasting, like you see the podcasting and whatever. One day, it's just like, yo, I want to do that, right? And then you start doing it, and you're like, oh shit, like thousands of dollars to invest. Okay, well, this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna do it. You know, it's like, all right, cool. Oh damn, I didn't know it. It's 8 hours to edit a fucking 35-second clip for fucking Instagram Reels, you know? It's like, well, if this is what I want to do, this, you know, and it's like, so it was the same thing. Like as a DJ, you know, you love what you do and you got to haul all this equipment, right? Because you love it. You love it.
But that's the thing, bro. I feel like people think that they confuse love, right? Because love, I love doing this, but it's not easy. I don't always like it.
Right.
There's a lot of things I have to do that I don't like. But at the end of the day, I see the vision and I just keep going. Because a bad day won't fuck up my 100th day in the future. It won't, you know? So I have to understand that just because I don't like it, it doesn't mean that it's not just a part of the process. A lot of people don't understand that bullshit, stress, and everything. You're not gonna like it maybe 99% of the time, but that 1% of the time, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And you know, we love other people because we've been through the bullshit. We've been through the almost breaking up, almost getting divorced, almost getting in a fight and fucking everything up. We've been through those things, but we didn't. That's the important part. So I've as I grow older, I've understood love is not just feel good emotions. Love is the whole spectrum, and knowing how to deal with that really creates that love, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. And one more thing, you know, I've been saying this since the show started, and nobody listens, Juggy. Nobody listens, and it pains me in my heart. People, please, from the bottom of my heart, stop cheating. There's a lot of cheating going on, Juggy. There's a lot of cheating, bro.
As far as what?
Everything.
Everything?
Relationships, cheating on yourself. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to go to the gym at 5 a.m. They wake up at 10. They don't go. Oh, I'm going to go next week.
Stop cheating yourself.
Stop cheating yourself. Stop cheating on your relationships. Stop cheating on your future. Stop cheating, man. You know, and I want, that's my motto. I even made shirts for this people.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I mean? I'm not selling them yet. And I don't even know if I will. But I just want my message to get across. You know, and I feel like that's when, you know, a lot of bullshit goes left. When you start cheating on yourself, when you start cheating on someone else, on relationships, not just love relationships, it could be a friend that you rather, like we said, you rather get $1 instead of keeping and maintaining that relationship intact.
Right.
You know, and I feel like a lot of people just need to stop doing that, you know? It's important.
Yeah. No, it's important for sure. It's a good message.
Yeah.
It's a good message.
Yeah, especially the young ones. They need to hear that, bro.
Stop cheating on your diet.
Ooh, yeah. Stop cheating,
from the snack lord.
Nah, but yeah, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
This was
the Maikon Show right here on YouTube.
Woo!
Subscribe, follow, like.
Let's go.
Everything. Repost. Tell a friend.
Oh yeah. Go to sleep early. Drink water, and stay alive because there's a lot of people dying out there. So please, guys, peace out. Your face. That was dope, bro. You're natural.
Oh.
It is what it is.
Yeah.